Hello! So sometimes when you make a video, it often causes a lot more questions than actually giving answers that you hoped it would provide. But that's pretty much the YouTube thing. So this is a follow-up to the video I just made, where we've got some questions that I'm going to try and answer. And I was thinking, I could just be a huge ass and be sarcastic. I mean, that's my normal MO, but I'll just be nice and answer questions. So let's go take a look at those questions quickly. And let's quickly bring that up over there. I think if I just drop this down. Nope, this one over here. Rock show capture. Yay! Okay, so here we got a bunch of questions from Mr. Tippy. Okay, Mr. Tippy asked me a couple of questions. He says, where do you get other codes if you want to change the characters to someone else using Open PS2 Loader? The first time I was chatting about the codes, I mentioned that right at the end of the code list, the numbers signify which character you'll be able to select. So in the example, I changed the last two numbers for the options for the movesets and the characters, just the last two numbers. So that you could play as other versions of the characters, and you could mix them to your heart's content as long as you know where to find those numbers. Ideally, you could just experiment. I mean, off the top of my head, 00 is Liu Kang and 01 is Kung Lao. So I mean, it would make sense that if you start using 03, 04, 05 up to 45 or 82 or whatever, you'll find different variations of characters. And also, I mean, you could probably just Google search and look for raw cheat codes to character modifiers. So, like, let's say you type into Google Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks character modifier codes raw, you'd probably find those codes quite easily, and then you could just modify the numbers to your needs. But he does give an example. He says, like example, if I wanted to play a Scorpion and swap between his normal and boss moves, that would be simple. You would choose your return code as Scorpion. I think that would be best, and then make the boss version of Scorpion the actual move swap. The one thing that we'll have to do for something like that is you would have to actually use the boss fix code, because for some reason, when running these codes on an actual PS2, it causes the game to stall. So with the boss fix code, it doesn't cause the game to stall. However, there is one small problem. The game's AI gets a bit loopy. So it's kind of okay to play with them, but the AI is dumb, very stupid, and messes around and a bit glitchy. So I don't do it personally, but it can be done. So yeah, and then he asks, where do you get the codes for OPL? The first code, I said it was a combination of resources. The first codes that I got for any of these things was from a website where someone called Godshin started putting Action Replay codes, Action Replay Max codes in fact. And that was the first time I saw the character modifier codes. I think I may have mentioned that in the last video as well. Along with the jokers, etc, etc. The character modifier codes were actually MK Goro. So the codes that actually allowed you to swap movesets, that was MK Goro. And then finally, the tutorial for PS2 RD I found online as well. I just actually typed in how to change codes with PS2 RD and I found that. So yeah, that was that. And then he writes, do you have a format list for OPL that you're willing to share? No, I don't. Every time I want to do a code, I literally just start it over. I go and find the raw codes, I convert them myself. I don't bother saving them anywhere because it's mostly just a test run and a goof around and then change things. The reason why I don't do it anymore, save it anymore, is because if I really want to play the game, I can just boot it up on my PC, and the PC method of cheating is much faster and much easier. So no, I don't have a list of codes for OPL. However, I'm pretty sure there's a list of codes floating around, because the codes that you use in OPL are just raw. So you could use just a raw code because you already have the enable code, which is the one that's the hardest to find. But yeah, there you go. And then I wrote that to him, and I said, no, I have a document of scribbles. I literally do. I have uh, a Google Drive document that I just go to every now and then, where I cut and paste those many websites' codes and things into blocks. And half of the time, I don't even know where I find some of the stuff, but I just Control F on the page, and then it pops up. It's just easier for me. Because I write notes on sides of things, you know, like characters that glitch and etc., etc. But they're not useful to anyone else, because you won't make heads or tails of it, and they don't really have what you're looking for either. Yeah, and then I just explained to him that you only need to change the last two numbers, etc., etc. The widescreen hack, I have no idea where it is. I know that I used PS2 Wide's guide, ps2wide.net. And I actually modded the game image because I run on HD loader, so I didn't bother using the codes to do widescreen, because the game has been modded via hex editing to just stay at widescreen. So regardless of which PlayStation I play it on, it will always be widescreen. Yeah. So then I linked Abby Jepson's one page as well, because she uses a different method of cheating, which is much easier once you want to, or rather it's easier when you want to change, like chop and change cheats and things, because you can save your cheats on the PlayStation 2's hard drive, and then you can, you know, pick and choose what you want later. That's not me. I just goof around, so I don't worry about things like that. And then he asks, do you have a guide to convert the codes? No, but if you go back to these two links that I posted, you will see that in fact the one at PS2-home does have a cheat codes tutorial. Okay, and that's done by JJ, and I have come across this guy a lot when I'm on PS2 code stuff, because he is very much into the stuff, and he is amazing. I spend a lot of time reading his guides and things, you know, and then I mean he's gone through explaining how the PS2 basics work. He talks about how you can convert AR Max to RAW, and from RAW, you know, you can use those codes. So for a folk to then ask me, like, you know, do you have a guide to convert the codes? No, but I did link it one answer back. I'm not trying to be a dick, I promise. So if you'd read the one guide there, you would have seen there is in fact a way to change all those codes, and you'd be sorted for the most part, Mr. Tippy. However, we're not here to bitch and moan. We are here to do cool things. So, Mr. Tippy, I have done a new edited file. So let me quickly change the window capture, and I'm going to pop that to my Notepad. I'm going to go OK, and then let's see if we can pull up the Notepad here. Boom, there it is. Okay, so there's my Notepad. My Notepad looks very similar to the last time we had a discussion about using codes. I just added a line called boss fix, which was a hex edit code, raw hex code for boss fixes. And the reason I need to add it is because 34 over there is boss version of Scorpion, and there are many versions of him. There's actually an Inferno Scorpion as well, so you can have boss Scorpion or Inferno Scorpion, but their moves are a little bit weird because you press a combination of buttons, and if this works, we will see that now when I run the game. But yeah, I've made my secondary moveset as boss Scorpion, and then 52 is a regular Scorpion. Hopefully regular Scorpion. So I'll be able to play as regular Scorpion and then use boss Scorpion's moves by pressing L2 and down. Hopefully with the boss fix code, if I press L2 and down, the game won't stall, which I really hope doesn't happen. So I'm going to save that. File save, and I'm going to dump this on a memory stick and then copy it through to the PS2. So I will be right back. we're back. Let's quickly take a look. Oop, just watch the fan. It is very hot here today. Let's go to our U-launch shelf. Okay, I need to use U-launch shelf, sorry. Blanked out for a moment there. Yay, U-launch shelf. Alright. So we're just going to copy that file across. So we just go to the file browser, we go to mass where I've stuck my USB drive in. There it is, my SLUS file. I'm going to copy that. That we've now edited. Go to my hard disk drive, go to GTD cheats under OPL, CHT files, and I'm going to go paste. Right, hopefully this works. Press select and go to PS2 browser, and that will then boot again, and then we can try and run Shaolin Monks. My capture card gets a bit funny every now and then. When I boot from one screen to the next, it gets locked in a mode where the OBS doesn't pick it up. So hopefully this is not the case. That's a good start. And then we should just run. Where's my PS2 loader? There we go. Yay, this time I didn't. We'll run a game though, maybe they'll get stuck there. Okay, run Shaolin Monks. Let's just check game settings again, make sure cheats are on. Cheats are on. We can run. Yeah, I think it's gotten a bit weird again. We will be right back. We're back. So I'm just going to press X to continue. X to continue. Yeah, it's fine. Start button, whatever. Single player. Don't matter. Hard is fine.
A battle raged at the end of the first tournament. The forces of Earthrealm were facing their greatest challenge. Mortal Kombat!
So hopefully we have Scorpion, unless I've done something incorrectly. And it's stalled. Let's try that again. Third time's the charm.
At the end of the first tournament, the forces of Earthrealm were facing.
So it turns out that if you just edit the file slightly differently, everything works fine. Let's quickly pick up this. It's fine. Okay, let me show you what I did. Get this out the way quickly. Okay, so that's the file. I actually just pasted the boss fix here. What was that? Alright. 20298DA8. And then just zeros. Sorry, I just put it in under the enable code, and for some reason it worked. It sounded like it stalled, but when it booted just fine. So, yay. And you can save, and when you move that to the PlayStation 2, and you load up, you can then play as your boss fixed character. Note to self, don't hide the video you're trying to show to people. Right, so as I was saying, playing with the boss version of Scorpion is all fine and well, but they tend to do some weird things, such as their own little folding at home project when they stop running. So their animations are a little bit screwed. So yeah, if you watch the intro, you'll see two scorpions dropping down. One obviously is the player 1 version of Scorpion, and 2 is the boss version of Scorpion. Pretty darn identical. Press start fast. Alright, so I mean, even if I press L2 and down, you're not going to see a name change, but the character will change because he has some weird animations. However, his normal attacks come out when he stands still, so you can press square button to do that. I'll take a look what it looks like in a moment. You pause this, so you do the square button. You notice the AI is a little weird. You just stand there now, you don't come and attack you for any reason. Very weird. Square button. Triangle button. Back obviously by pressing up again. Normal attacks. Is there another guy there? Oh, there is. X, normal jump attacks? You don't have those. What does he have? Oh, you can press square and triangle together. Alright, let's try L1 square. That's not much. Let's try L1 triangle. Stop it. Triangle? Anything. Let's try one circle. Something. Okay, it's just these circle attacks. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so R2 and square is the spear. Infinite. R2 and triangle. R2 and circle. Okay, so mostly just things that like he would normally do in his boss mode. I don't know what else we can use. There must be more combinations, surely. That spear looks good. Oh, let's try the X button actually. No, R1 and X, that's nothing. R1 and X, nothing. R2 and X, nothing. Okay. Let's try triangle and X. Yeah, so like, I mean, I would just rather play with normal Scorpion, to be honest. So that's pretty much that. So I mean, it can be done, and then obviously you don't have to play the Scorpion or Boss Scorpion as your second character. You could also pick Ermac and then do some of his moves. However, the boss fixing on this game doesn't work as nicely as, let's say, for instance, the PC version. So when you're playing the emulated PC version, it's much nicer. You don't have to deal with like weird animations and things for some reason. You don't have to use the boss fix code. Everything just works. Can't explain why, I don't know why, but yeah, for folks who don't have that option, this is the only way, and at least you can play with them, sort of. So yeah, that's that. Good job, everyone.